Panda. I got broads in Atlanta. Just took the lean in the family. Credit cards and the scammers. Getting the licks in the band. Legacies.
Welcome you back to Black Site, and we're going to talk about Jay-Z, Beyonce, Homecoming, and other black celebrities in the age of the ADOS movement. We have a lot of celebrities who are celebrated in this country, who have been given a pedestal, who have been given a microphone to talk about certain issues. And we see that they speak on issues such as immigration, LGBTQ community issues. They speak on woke issues that their handlers say that is okay to speak about and is good for business. But we have yet to hear all these woke celebrities come out for the ADOS movement and reparations. This will be the litmus test for all these celebrities. We see that they say Beyonce is woke, Jay-Z is woke, P. Diddy is woke, all these people in Hollywood is woke when it comes to Trump and other issues. But when it comes to the most important issue in the last 50 years that's coming up, this ADOS movement headed by Yvette Carnell, Tone Talks, Sandy Darity, and others who are participating in this movement, we have not heard a peep out of any of these celebrities. See, you have to understand, when you start asking for the United States government to compensate for what they have done to our ancestors, you become a problem. See, in this country, one thing you can do, you can fight for other people's issues. You can fight for the illegal immigrants. You can fight for the LGBT community. You can fight for the Arabs and not be punished. But when you start standing up for reparations and a racial wealth gap, it's time that they will lay the hammer down on you, and you know what I'm talking about. This is why all those people you see on Twitter constantly running, typing in anything that has to do with Trump, you hear none of them will talk about reparations. Because right there, that's a no-go zone. Repeat, that is a no-go zone with their handlers in Hollywood, with their liberal woke friends, because they don't want to hear anything about that. See, you have to understand, you can be woke as long as you follow the liberal, progressive, orthodox. And what Tone Talks, Yvette, Sandy Darity and them is doing, this is not part of the liberal, progressive, orthodox. This is something that should not be even talked about. So we haven't heard one of these woke celebrities go on a rant about the ADOS movement. And you won't hear them say that, because that's something that can upset the money train. When you start talking about doing something for the black community, when you start saying that you're going to do something for your ancestors and get repaid for all the work they have done for 400 years, you become the enemy of the state. And none of these so-called big-time celebrities that you love and adore is willing to stop that money train. This critique is not for me to have you turn against any of these celebrities. This critique is to tell you the truth about what's going on in this so-called woke progressive movement that they have in this country. I told you earlier, being woke, being progressive is good for business for them, because that's what Hollywood is. So you will see Jay-Z and Beyonce go to the GLAAD Awards and get their ceremony, get their trophies or whatever they want. But will they make a surprise show up at the conference in Louisville. That will never happen. Will they come out as a group and say we support this movement and that we need to get reparations for our ancestors? You'll never hear that. But they will spew the liberal orthodoxy of the progressive movement. And you will notice I'm going to do a companion video after this about the attacks on Yvette Carnell, Tone Talks, because it's not coming from the right. It's coming from that progressive left orthodox I was telling you about, who will try and destroy Yvette and Tone Talks because they don't want you talking about this issue. This is the most important issue, like I said, in the past 50 years. This is an issue that was dead. I mean dead until Yvette and Tone Talks brought it up and gave everybody the information, gave everybody the great talking points, gave everybody the ability to go out and study for themselves and stand up for this movement in their communities. But you won't hear these celebrities talk about this issue. Let's see. You see, it has hit the halls of Congress. It has hit the so-called Democratic run for presidency. The candidates are talking about it. But let's see these big-time celebrities talk about this issue and you haven't heard a peep. This is the movement that they should be involved in. Not nobody else's movement. Not the illegal immigrants movement. Not the LGBT community movement. No other movement but the ADOS movement. Because if this movement is successful, this gives us the respect that we have longed for our ancestors and their hard work, and that we need for our children to see in this country. I'm telling you, this is going to be a hard fight, but this fight is going to be fought by the average, lower, poor class of African American who has always fought this movement the hardest. So I really don't expect for them to join this movement. And eventually, we gonna win this movement. It may not, like I told you, be 2, 5, 7, it may take 10 years. But in the end, we will be the victor. And when you're about to win, you will see all these celebrities jump on the train once we get to our destination of victory. I want to thank you for listening to Black Site, underground news that you can use. I hope you subscribe to this channel, smash that like button, share this video, because winning is only a matter of time.